Motherfucker, hang on. Wait. To scream at the top of my lungs right now. Let's do a weekly recap on how much Dick Malcolm sucks and how lucky Charlie gets. Bitches. Welcome, bitches, to our podcast. The original podcast. The podcast that has been with you guys through thick and thin, at least on my part.
The OG podcast.
The OG podcast. Triple OG.
We are not imposters.
We're like the Dave Chappelle TV show of podcasts.
So it's sort of like when there's like an awesome movie that comes out and everybody loves it, like 5 stars, 90% Rotten Tomatoes rating, and then
I don't like Rotten. Let's do IMDb. I don't.
All
like
right,
it.
So a good rating on IMDb, yeah. And then the producers try to make a sequel, and the sequel just sucks. That's sort of what happened with this podcast takeover that Kevin and Thomas did.
Yes, but I will say again. I didn't listen to it. Me and Kyle, before we did this, or started recording, I listened to the beginning of it. Hilarious. I did laugh hysterically at Charlie calling in, and I like how the emphasis is a tomato fucking me in the ass because of my week 1 rant. I actually genuinely laughed out loud on that. So, saying that.
Yeah, it was funny. It was, y'all did a good job. Real talk.
Bitches.
Y'all ain't us.
And we're always going to be here. And you ain't gotta listen, because we're putting. It doesn't matter if you're listening or not, because we're gonna fucking do it anyway. So, with that, I'm fucking angry.
What's got you bothered, brother?
I'm angry. I suck at fantasy football. I'm going to. And this is you heard it here live, folks. Okay. I am going to make a proposition. And Kyle, you're the first person to hear it. And then once we release this, I want everyone else. And I feel like that I may have drunkenly said this earlier in another earlier podcast. I hope I didn't. But if I had, just tell me, yeah, we've already heard you. So, I want to be, you remember like when you were a kid and you had 7 people in the yard? Mm-hmm. And you're trying to do like football? And you had an all-time quarterback or all-time defense.
Yeah.
I want to be all-time commissioner. Let me just like take over, and I'll do everything. So instead of me doing like the time and the research to invest in players, I'll just make our league the coolest fucking thing ever. And here's what I propose first. As your all-time commissioner, this won't happen next year or probably the year after, but what I'd like to do, okay, is I want all of us to pitch some money in and fly to Vegas and rent out like a conference room at the Caesar. Have like an open bar, like a snack bar, and like have like people serve us as we draft. And like dress up, do the whole 9 yards. And
I would be down with it. That's going to be super expensive though.
No, it's not. It'd be like $1,000 a guy. I've already looked into it. If all 12 of us put in $1,000, we would have enough for an open bar. We could hire like a catering team. They would serve us like drinks and food. And then the conference room, etc. It'd be about like $11,000 for all that. I'm just saying, I think that at some point we should all do that. Moving on, I do want to be all-time commissioner. Because I'm not going to lie. Well, go ahead.
You gotta play. You gotta have a team.
I don't want to. I think, but that's the beauty of it. Is I think I just suck at fantasy football, or I just got dealt bad cards.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I mean, you look at your draft.
But Kyle, keep happening. Keep getting dealt bad cards. At some point, you go to the fantasy football gods and go, okay, I get it. I won't play anymore.
No, that's not true.
No,
You got to
listen.
stick it out, and eventually, when you get the cake, it's just going to be that much sweeter.
I'm also not that obsessed with fantasy football. So the way to still be involved in it is to be an all-time commissioner. You can disagree. We're going to take a vote. On this podcast, after everyone listens, I'm probably going to get 12 no's, 11 no's. But I am voting that I become all-time commissioner, and all I do is facilitate the league. And because I have no team and no self-interest, it'll be super neutral.
Yeah, I don't know how the rest of the league's going to feel about you not having a team. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would take some of the fun away from it. But I feel like this should be delayed a year.
How would it be fun? How would it take any fun out of it?
I mean, just the trash talk. You would just be trash talking on other teams. Nobody could really trash talk on your team.
Yeah, they could
have a team.
Should have like skills.
But I feel like we should delay this a year because if you look at our commissioner cycle, I was commissioner the first 2 years, and then Kevin was commissioner the next 2 years, and Taylor just started his administration.
I don't give a fuck. No offense. What I'm saying is I'm proposing the most like neutral, fair commissioner you could ever have. And I'm also proposing that because I'm not worried about drafting a team, I'm going to be super focused on making sure that our draft is really cool and that everything runs smoothly. We'll take a vote. I'm not worried about it.
We'll take a vote on it. All right, so that's that. We'll vote on that, I guess, in the chat.
Yep, bitches, it's time for our Week 12 recap. Kyle, you want to take this away?
Yeah, so we're going to start off with our high score victor moment. So,
yeah, who
the high score was me, 168.
Oh, shocker.
I believe like 4th time this year that I've got it, but all I want to do is take this moment. It's not going to be some long 5-minute rant. I just want to take this moment to say that my team is peaking at the exact right time. We started off the season high, like 5-0, 6-0 win streak. We took a little dip. My team, they talked to me. They said, you know what? This is just a regular season, coach. We're not going to try as hard. So we had a little dip. Yeah, I actually called all my players and told them this.
Nice. He's on your team. So you talk to Aaron.
I talked to the bad man, Aaron Rodgers.
How's Zeke doing? Hey, Antonio Gibson, Eagles landing. Good God. I still can't believe that. Sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So, in my high score moment, not Malcolm's, my team's peaking at the right moment, and this is what my team is built for, is the playoff stretch. So, we're locked and loaded.
Alrighty. Well, moving on. No one gives a fuck.
Alright, so we'll move on to our Week 12 recap. It'll be a quick recap, sort of like we do every week. The first game, I beat Joey 168 to 110.
Oh, so you beat the worst team in the league? That's cool.
I mean, he's 4-8, so he's really not the worst team in the league anymore.
He's 4-8?
He rebounded, brother.
Oh, so I know what's going to happen. When we do the power rankings, I'm going to be last.
Anyways, Antonio
No, I'm not.
Gibson,
I swear to God, if Willie's not last, I fucking lose it.
Alright, so anyways, Antonio Gibson got 36 on Thanksgiving. I was feeling pretty good about it. And then Zeke threw up 2 points. So at that point, I was feeling sketchy about it. Then Derrick Henry comes back Sunday, puts up 37, and Justin Jefferson puts up 26, and my confidence is just like totally down. And then the rest of my team just pops off, and it's over from there.
Yep. Don't care. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, you played Joey. Does Joey really 4? Okay. So you got Worley won? God damn it, I'm last, aren't I?
Yeah, I mean,
Worley won. He beat Kevin. Fuck you, Kevin, only because of my week 1 abysmal that you so poignantly displayed in your podcast. Mahomes had 30 points. I feel like he had more. Tyreek Hill. As a Chiefs fan, I am just so happy that we beat Tampa Bay and fuck Tom Brady in the asshole. 2 picks. Let's go.
Yep.
Gronk had a good game. Gronk's actually starting to kind of come back a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting those little red zone targets and everything. Yeah.
Eckler, first game back, 23 points. I mean, Eckler's the man. And then you had Kevin, Deshaun, 32, went the fuck off. AJ, 25, went off. Other than that, really.
Yeah, Kevin had 2 people do good, and other than that, everybody else was just trash.
Yeah. So let's go to the shittiest game of the week.
All right, so we'll go on to Tucker's Diddy beating Don 75-71. Like, guys, we've got to score over 100 points.
I mean, 75-71, you could argue that's how many times I beat my dick in a week. That's how low those numbers are. For fantasy, not for for jacking off. But
I mean, Taylor, his team didn't, nobody popped off. It was just a bunch of mediocre performances.
I feel like we shouldn't even give this any time. Let's just move on.
Yeah, and Don, he didn't even have a player. He had one player score 16.
Let's just move on, I would say.
Another upset. You want to cover this one?
No, I'm happy for you, Charlie. I'm happy for you, man. I wish you nothing but the best. The real reason why you won is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
that's I think a record this year.
That's insane. Charlie beat Brandon 148-140.
Only because of Brandon had Fuller give him 35. He only had one guy in single digits, which was Kareem Hunt, kind of surprising. But this motherfucker, hang on, wait. The blood is boiling inside my body. Yes, fucking Carson Wentz starting.
He started Carson Wentz. Yeah.
Gave him 18 points. And he drafted 3 quarterbacks, and he picked up Carson Wentz, who I dropped, who sucks, and he gave...
Well, he had Lamar Jackson on COVID reserve, or whatever they call it.
I want to scream at the top of my lungs right now. Do you see how I'm holding the microphone? I'm holding it like I'm about to rap on 8 Mile. But it's just going to be me screaming, fuck Charlie. I cannot believe he has fucking Carson Wentz and he gave him 18 points. I had this dude, I drafted him.
Yep. And
then Charlie picks him up. Great. Oh yeah. Charlie picks him up. Quarterback guy. I'll draft 3 quarterbacks. Lamar's hurt. Lamar's sick. I'll pick up Carson who Malcolm dropped. Oh, 18 points. Thanks. My fucking eat a fat dick, Charlie. I want you to gargle on so much semen. I want you to drink so much semen you choke and die. Okay, move it on.
And this is sort of the story of the year for Brandon. When he loses to another high score. To only lose by 8 after Charlie had 57 from Tyreek was pretty good, but it sucks, but it's pretty good.
I think his stats was 12 receptions, 260-something yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Let's repeat that one more time. Against the Tampa Bay defense, he had, I think it was 13 receptions, 268 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Insane. All right, you want to go over this next game, or you want me to just talk about it?
I think I want to fucking talk about this.
All right, Phillip Rivers Abortion Clinic, 75. Micah, 124. Cam Newton, 3. CEH, 4. Chase Edmonds, 7.
Amari, 3. Robert Woods, 15.
Yeah, he had 2 people over single digits.
Kenyon.
Yeah, he should have played Kenyon.
How can he blame me?
It wouldn't have mattered, but yeah.
Anyway.
And then Micah, Tom Brady, 21, Chubb, 26. Chubb is a grown man. And then the rest of the guys, nobody sort of popped off, but nobody sucked either. Gave him 124. And I don't think you want to talk about that one anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the game that helped me out, little brother Biko beating Thomas 122-94. What a great time for Kyler Murray to have his worst game of the year. 7 points. Kamara 6 points. Boyd 4 points.
God, Kamara only having 6. I mean, it was due though. It was due.
Yeah, and he hasn't looked the same with Taysom Hill at quarterback.
No, I mean, can you blame him?
Yeah, no. And then Biko, on the other hand, Josh Allen 15, a down game for him, but that's enough.
26.
Yeah, Goddard 20.
This is without McCaffrey, so I mean,
Biko's tight end outscored any single player on Thomas's team.
in my entire team combined points total.
Jesus.
I'm joking, but yeah. Thomas, Biko came through. It's one of those situations, so
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so you want to move into standings?
You can take it away. I have to get a beer.
All right, he's going to grab a beer. I'm going to run through the standings real quick. You got me sitting on top of the North, 10-2. Thomas 9-3, and then you got Taylor and Charlie at 6-6, and Malcolm and Kyle Worley at 3-9. They're tied. And then in the South Division, you got Biko and Brandon. Biko making a little comeback in the season, sitting at 7-5. Don and Kevin sitting at 6-6. Micah 5-7. Joey and last at 4-8. So that's the standings, but the playoffs are going to start soon, and we'll get a little bit more into that later on in the podcast. We're just going to go through the points for real quick.
Who had the most points against? You're not
We'll go. Yeah, we haven't got there yet. Points for. Okay. I'm sitting at number 1, 1679. Brandon 1627, and then I mean, that's it.
That's it.
The next highest person, Thomas, 1452.
That's quite a big difference.
Yeah, there's a gap there. I mean, we got a couple gaps here between the top 2 and the rest.
Yeah.
Lowest points for Kyle Worley, Joey, Taylor. And then the most points against Kyle Worley, 1444. Wow. Yeah, Malcolm 4 points lower at 1440. And then Micah, Brandon, and me. The least points against Thomas, 1229. Charlie, 1296.
And fucking Charlie. That lucky sack of shit. I mean, I'm serious. Anyways.
Well, Charlie has more points against than he has points for. And he has a chance at making the playoffs.
Why not?
So, yeah, that is our points for, points against, and our standings. You want to go into power rankings?
Do I? No, but I will.
All right, so let's go into power rankings real quick.
So right now you've got. Why am I last?
Because this may be the last power ranking show, and to appease the league, I'm just going to put you at 12.
Why would that appease the league? What's going on? Do I not know something?
Well, you're on like a 3 or 4 game losing streak. Worley beat a decent team last week, so.
I get it.
Yeah. So we got Philip Rivers Abortion Clinic, number 12. Worley sitting at number 11.
You know how shitty it is to be doing a podcast just to see how bad you are? I know you thought of that.
We got the yin and the yang in the podcast, though. I'm number 1, you're number 12.
Motherfuckers, there's some money and waffles involved. Yin and yang? What are you talking about? I'm over this shit. I don't want to fucking report on how shitty I do every week. Let's do a weekly recap on how much Dick Malcolm sucks and how lucky Charlie gets.
Basically, that's what the podcast is.
No, man, I love this.
Alright, number 10, Joey. Number 9, Orangutan Titties. Number 8, Tucker's Diddy. Number 7, we got the Law and Order Trade Rape Unit. Number 6, Don. Number 5, Charlie. I know you like that one, Malcolm.
I don't care.
Number 4, we got Baby Brother Biko. Number 3, Brandon. Number 2, Thomas. Number 1, you know.
I'm not even screen.
Any comment on the power rankings?
Yeah, it sucks. I hate being last.
All right, before we get into the playoff stuff, I just need to ask Malcolm one simple question. Are you keeping the name Phillip Rivers Abortion Clinic in the consolation bracket for the Waffles?
I'll tell you right now, I ain't eating no goddamn waffles. y'all can sit here and curse my name, but I told you Kyle's about to be black as a motherfucker on this podcast. I ain't eating no damn waffles. Y'all can say whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not eating any waffles. Fuck it, give it to Worley. He wants to eat the waffles. Fuck that. Hey, come out to see my comedy show. Oh,
dude, we will drag you out of your freaking house to eat them waffles.
Right ahead, I got a gun. Fuck you.
You don't know how to shoot?
I do. I point the iron sight at the human being and pull the trigger and then pray.
Okay.
I've got a fucking muzzle loader. Y'all gonna break in the house? I'll be fucking putting powder in my shit. Fucking the Patriot Revolutionary War shit. I be holding that shit like
James Frazier.
Anyways, what was your question?
That was the question. Like, are you going to keep the name Phillip Rivers Abortion Clinic in the consolation bracket?
At this point, why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you might want to change it up and get some better juju going.
Look, man, listen. Can I be real for a second? I think the reason why I'm not doing well is because the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And I say that because it's I understand what had to be sacrificed in order for the Chiefs to win. So I will accept what's going on here.
Yeah, that's a good trade-off.
I'm not to change my name.
Okay. That's a good trade-off. I would trade my fantasy win last year for the Falcons Super Bowl.
It's been pretty brutal, man.
So we'll look ahead to next week's games, last week in the regular season.
Real quick.
What'd you say?
That got sad real quick. All right, moving on.
All right, so we got me and Don. Yeah, he's got Russell, Jones, Keenan Allen. He's gonna be tough to beat. So we'll see how that works.
Popping off, man, recently. I mean,
yeah, he's getting 13, 14 targets a game. Yeah.
So Charlie and Joey are playing. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, so we got Kevin versus Taylor. Like you said, Charlie and Joey. You're playing. Yeah, something I was looking at earlier today when I went through the playoff scenarios. You're playing Brandon. If you beat Brandon and Biko wins, you get your brother a first round bye in the playoffs.
It's not going to happen, Biko. If you ever listen to these, it just fucking move on with your life. It's just not going to happen.
And then Eli's dumb effing face playing orangutan titties. Biko playing Kyle Worley. Feel like Biko should win that one pretty handily.
He's slurping on my beer. You hear that? I'm just over here like. I hope everyone listens to this entire podcast. I feel like it's getting funnier and funnier. More funny.
All right, we're not going to go through like all the playoff scenarios because that would just take forever. And I already posted that YouTube video that y'all can check out that has all of your playoff scenarios on it. That'd just be a lot of clicking, and Malcolm doesn't want to look at it that much.
No, because Kyle, maybe it was my team name this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you really think it was?
I think it might have been that, and then remember in our pre-draft podcast, you came on there. I'm not doing any research. I'm just going to go with my gut.
Yeah, but bro, I honestly feel like that I've played the best fantasy. This is going to sound really stupid. I feel like I've played the best fantasy football, but I've also had the worst luck. So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but
before the
that's
draft,
what I'm saying. It's like I didn't do the research, and I feel like that I made the right plays. The only time you can look at me and say, Malcum, you didn't make the right play is when I had I started Kirk Cousins. Outside of that, you really can't say you did this wrong. You did this wrong. You really can't. And I would argue anyone until I'm blue in the face about it.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like, before the draft, you got on there. I'm not doing any research. We had Aaron on after the draft. I mean, all three of us pretty much thought that you had a good draft. I mean, top three or four in the league type draft.
No, it was top. It was you than me.
Yeah, that's how Aaron ranked them. And then the name change happened, Phillip Rivers Abortion Clinic, and it was like God spited you for that. Everything went downhill.
That was my team name from the beginning.
Yeah, but last year it wasn't, and then this year it was, and you got spited.
Well, that's good because I was going to tell a horrific joke, and I won't.
Well, so let's hear it.
No, bro, it's bad. It's like it's like I was listening to a comedian, a British guy, Ricky Gervaisi, and it's pretty terrible. I think that maybe you would laugh, but I'm not sure. But I'll tell you after we end this recording.
All right. So we'll go on to our playoff odds. So this is just like a percentage of, I guess, your chances of making the playoffs.
Is that this screen?
Yeah, this is this screen. So it'll be on the right-hand column under total.
So 0, 0, 0. Fuck Micah, me, Charlie. So wait a second. So when it comes to eating the waffles, the fact that we had to pay money is that's not bad enough. We have to, wait a second, why are we doing a punishment and we're paying money?
I don't talk to the commish. Talk to the commish.
I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I shouldn't have to be penalized twice.
Alright, so let's just get through this, and then you brought up another interesting point that I want to hit on. So, show me your TDs, Phillip Rivers Abortion Clinic, Party Like a Gronk Star, 0% chance. Orangutan titties, on my screen it shows 0%, but when I did the calculations earlier, he actually has like a mathematical way, but it's very improbable. Tucker's Diddy, 33% chance of making the playoffs. He needs some stuff to happen in front of him though. Charlie, 52% chance. He needs some stuff to happen. Don, 54%. Same thing. Kevin, 58%. Biko, he's locked in the playoffs. Thomas locked in. Brandon and myself are locked in. Actually, since Kevin and Taylor play each other, the winner of their game more than likely goes to the playoffs unless something crazy happens with points for.
Okay. That's interesting. Because now I'm trying to put myself in their shoes and not be like a black person on this podcast anymore. So, dude, fantasy football is like, I can't describe it.
It's awesome.
It's not awesome.
It just wasn't for you this year.
Or every year I've ever played. Hence why I'm throwing out the proposal of being all-time commissioner. I genuinely mean that.
All right, so we'll just see what the league says about that.
Fuck you, support me, bitch. Let's ride.
I mean, if they vote on it, then yeah, we'll support you. If the playoffs were to start today, I would have a number 1 seed and have the bye. Brandon would have the number 2 seed and have a bye.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Kevin and Thomas would play each other as the number 6 and number 3 seed, and Don and Biko would play each other as number 5 and number 4 seed. My question that you brought up earlier is the consolation bracket. If we look at this, and when y'all listen to this podcast, or if y'all don't listen, I'll post in chat, but Taylor needs to comment on this or something. the first round of the consolation bracket has number 7 playing number 8, number 9 playing number 10, and number 11 playing number 12. I feel like number 12 should play number 7, number 11 should play number 8.
It's the losers bracket. No one gives a fuck. Like, who cares? Like, if you're not first, you're last. In the sense of, like, dude, who cares? Like, we're losers. We suck. Who cares who plays who?
All right, I'm just saying the number 7, number 8 team might have something to say about that.
I don't. For what? Like, who cares? You suck. You lost. You're with me. If you're in the same screen as me, grouped together, then you fucking suck.
Yeah, and there's probably waffles in your future. Not yours, but in somebody in this bracket.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some waffles in this motherfucker.
Bro, we're gonna have to record a freaking live YouTube video of us getting you out of the house to eat some waffles.
I'm gonna scream rape as loud as I can with 911 dialed in my phone. And as you see, I'm about to cook shit up. Hey, chop it up. Hey.
And this year I feel like there's a very strong possibility of having a 2-time champ in the league. So nobody has won it twice. I feel like this year might be somebody's time to win it twice. Unless Brandon or Charlie or Taylor somehow wins it.
What you trying to say, knee grumps?
I'm trying to say I'm going for that repeat, bro.
That's what I
thought.
Fuck out of here.
I mean, as far as the office work and the house stuff, that's it for the podcast, unless my brother Malcolm has something to say.
Oh, I got a lot to say.
Alright, so I'll keep it recorded for another couple hours.
I really don't. I don't care.
Do you want to tell them about the future episodes, or you want me to?
I'll tell them about the one. So I think a really good idea that Kyle brought up that we kind of expanded on is we're gonna do, like, for this year, and hopefully we can continue this every year. Is to do like Academy Awards, Oscars, or like ABN Awards, if you guys know what that is.
Or the BET Awards.
Or the BET, whatever. Well, yeah, okay. So, like, we'll have Taylor, the commissioner, come on, and he'll host, right? The Oscars or whatever. And we'll have, like, best trade, best draft pick,
sleeper draft pick.
Sleeper draft pick, MVP of the season. We'll just, like, create some categories, and we'll do, like, a whole podcast episode. Hope maybe me, Kyle, and Taylor can get together and film it, and we'll have, like, an award ceremony that's kind of, like, being ambiguous about it, but excuse me.
That would be awesome if we all got together to film that.
Well, just me, you, and...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, us three could, like, do something. Maybe go to Taylor's house or your house, and we'll just, like, film, like, the award show. Actually, let's do that. I'll text Taylor and you about it, plus in the group chat. Anyways, so that's one of the episodes we're thinking about doing. And then, Kyle, what's the other one?
Yeah, and to expand on that, the categories will be uplifting, like best draft pick, best sleeper draft pick, but then there'll also be categories like worst draft pick, worst, like, blunder move or whatever.
Yeah, those are called the, like every Oscar season. What are they called?
Well, in our league, they're called the Malcums.
No, I don't want to support that shit.
I'm just kidding. Nah, we'll think of a name for him.
That's so gonna stick. Fuck you. God damn it, Kyle. You had to say it, didn't you?
And the other
called,
episode...
Like, hang on. It's called something. Hang on.
Yeah, look it up. Alright, so we'll have the award show, the Oscars. We'll come up with a name for it. And then we also want to have...
The Razzies.
Yeah, okay, we'll have the Razzies.
Golden Raspberry Awards, but it's called the Raz. So we'll have the Razzies, which will just probably be me, Kyle, and Joey, but whatever. We'll do both.
Yeah, and then the next episode that we want to do is an episode for y'all, like the viewers. Like, if you have something on your chest, if you have a burden, and you want to just tell the league, this is your chance. This is your opportunity to clear your throat. tell the league all your excuses for why you suck and what happened. So we'll do that episode. And each one of y'all can come on here, give a quick explanation of why y'all sucked or whatever the case may be.
Or why you think you're good.
Yeah, or why you think your team's the best and you just want to be braggadocious about it.
Yeah. So, this is the last regular season podcast. Within the next, I'm actually going to be moving in the next 10 days. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to record the next week or two, but definitely after that, I don't want any other podcasts popping up. I was visiting family, so I couldn't do the podcast, but we'll do the award show and then we'll do the user show or the viewer show, excuse me.
Yeah. And
we'll have two more podcasts, and we should do the award show after the season ends. That way we can do the winner, MVP, etc.
Yeah, and then we could get Taylor to host it, and then we'll have a little clip, I guess, of the champion on there.
Cool. All right, that's all I got. What do you got?
Yeah, it's sad. This is the last podcast of the regular season, but
I ain't sad about it.
I know you're not. You're ready to get it on to next year, whatever.
Yeah.
But we're not going anywhere. We got some more podcasts lined up for y'all.
Yeah. All right, guys.